Hey guys, Cameron's Takes. Today we're doing another astronomy video, and today we're going over everyone's favorite dwarf planet, Pluto. Pluto is the second dwarf planet from the Sun, and is named after the Roman god of the underworld. Pluto got its name from an 11-year-old girl named Venetia Burney. To capitalize its discovery, Mickey's dog Pluto got named after dwarf planet Pluto. Pluto also has an element named after it, which is plutonium. Pluto's minor planet designation is 134340 Pluto. Pluto was discovered in 1930 by Clyde Tombaugh at the Lowell Observatory. Pluto's provisional designation is 1930 AA. And for 76 years, Pluto was the 9th planet in our solar system until 2006. Due to it not following all three rules to be a planet: 1, it does orbit the sun; 2, it is large enough to be a spherical shape, but it doesn't clear its orbit of space debris. Pluto has at least 5 moons orbiting it. Pluto's largest moon, Charon, is half the size of Pluto. So they're called a binary dwarf planet because they rotate around the same point and are tidally locked. So Charon's orbital period and Pluto's rotational period are the same, while Nix, Styx, and Kerberos rotate chaotically and are oddly shaped. Pluto's moons are named from Greek mythology. Charon is the ferryman who ferries souls to the underworld. Nyx is the Greek goddess of the night. Hydra is a multiple-headed serpent. Kerberos is a three-headed guard dog of the underworld. And Styx is a river of the underworld. Pluto takes 153 hours to rotate, and it rotates in retrograde, just like Uranus and Venus. Pluto takes 248 years to orbit the Sun. Pluto has an inclined orbit that tilts 17 degrees from the ecliptic. The ecliptic plane is the orbital plane of the Earth around the Sun, and is also the orbital plane of the other planets. But objects beyond Neptune have inclined orbits due to gravitational interactions with the gas giants. Pluto also has an eccentric orbit around our Sun. 29.7 AU is its perihelion, and it gets as far as 49.3 AU at aphelion, which means that Pluto can get closer to the Sun than Neptune gets since it crosses Neptune's orbit. Pluto is part of a group of objects beyond Neptune known as Plutinos, which is named after Pluto, because just like Pluto, they have eccentric orbits and are in a 2 to 3 resonance with Neptune. For every 3 orbits Neptune completes, Pluto and the Plutinos complete 2. Pluto is the largest Plutino in our solar system. Pluto's orbital speed is 10,623 miles per hour. Pluto tilts on its axis 120 degrees, so just like Uranus, it's basically on its side, so it has extreme seasons. Since Pluto is so far from the Sun, it gets really cold. Its temperatures get as low as negative 400 degrees. It is located in the Kuiper Belt beyond Neptune. Because it's in the Kuiper Belt, it's a Kuiper Belt object, and since it's beyond Neptune, it's a trans-Neptunian object and a Plutoid. Pluto's radius is 1,188.3 kilometers, so its diameter is 2,376 kilometers. So that means Pluto is 2/3 the size of the Moon and is half the width of the United States. But Pluto is still the largest dwarf planet and trans-Neptunian object. Pluto's mass is 1.31 times 10 to the power of 22 kilograms, so it's the second most massive dwarf planet after Eris. Pluto's density is 1.88 g-cm to the power of 3. Pluto's surface isn't just rock, it's also made up of ices, such as water ice, which is actually as hard as a rock on Pluto because it's so cold, and it also has carbon monoxide, methane, and nitrogen, and tholins, which are responsible for its reddish-brown color. Tholins are very complex carbon chains that form when radiation reacts with carbon-rich molecules like methane. That makes Pluto one of many red solar system objects. Pluto's colors are also a bluish haze and some tans. Pluto's layers are a water ice crust, a mantle with an internal ocean of liquid water, and a rocky core. Pluto's atmosphere is made up of methane, carbon monoxide, and mostly nitrogen. When Pluto is closer to the Sun, it has a thicker atmosphere, but when it moves farther away, its atmosphere solidifies into snow. Pluto's atmosphere has a distinct bluish haze. New Horizons spacecraft visited Pluto in 2015 and discovered cryovolcanoes on its surface. It also found a heart-shaped region on its surface called the Tombaugh ratio, which is made up of frozen nitrogen and is 1,000 miles wide. It also discovered tall mountains like Hilary Montes. Before New Horizons visited, Hubble observed Pluto and found 4 of its 5 moons. James Webb Telescope also observed Pluto and discovered that its bluish haze atmosphere acts like a global thermostat. Most of Pluto has a high albedo, but some regions on Pluto have a low albedo. Pluto is the dwarf planet with the second lowest albedo. It's not as low as Ceres albedo, so it's still higher than most trans-Neptunian objects. Due to its proximity from Earth, it is the brightest object in the Kuiper Belt. Hope you learned something new today. Make sure to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Bye.